man. We're working. Hoorah! It's lovely. It's good when it works, isn't it? Fan-dabby-doozy. Fan-dabby-doozy. Hello, everybody. How we all hanging? Thought we'd do something a bit different today. I thought we would go and kill some Dagonoth Kings, and I will keep all the drops and see if we get something good. Be fun. Feel free to come and join me. You can see the world number up there, world 342. Come and say hi. It's always entertaining. I cannot guarantee that you won't get killed, but then that's one of the themes of my streams, really, isn't it? Yeah. So cool. How's everybody doing? I hope we are all having fun. We have a bit of news today. The poll has finished. Content poll 16 has finished, which is really quite cool. The results of that are pretty much what we expected to happen, and tomorrow you've obviously got a game update coming because it's Thursday, and yes, there is a big surprise happening tomorrow. It's one of the things we haven't told you about because oh man, I'm using the wrong thing. That's why it's not hurting it. Oh, it's that rubbish. Rubbish. There we go. That's better. Yes, I thought I'd go hiding as a frog, so I'm in frog armor with a frog mask. I'll see if that makes a difference. That's my thinking. You never know. So what was I saying? Yes, yeah. Tomorrow there is a game update, and it's, as you know, it's our first birthday. So we've arranged a bit of a surprise for you. It's quite nice to actually be able to surprise you guys. It's the one thing that we don't do, or we can't do, because obviously everything gets polled beforehand, so it's very difficult. So when we get the opportunity, it's really quite fun to be able to surprise you guys. So that's going to be quite exciting. Really looking forward to that. Had another playthrough of it again today, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So that's cool. Hey, someone's come to join us. Saint of PVM. Hello, man. How you doing? I don't think I really need being saved from Rex, but you know, no. If you feel you need to, you feel free. RuneScape 07's birthday is actually on Saturday. It's the 22nd of February. It's when we're a year old. So, how many of you thought we would be around for a year? I think you know, when we first started working on it, and lots of other people started working on it, and you guys started playing it, I don't think there was a huge amount of people who expected it to be running in a year's time. But here we are. We're still growing in members as well, so it's pretty fantastic. If you're asking what world, just look in the top left-hand corner of the screen. It's not that hard to find. World 342. Yeah, so that's cool. So, who's been over to look at the Old School Facebook page today? What have we got here? We've got some Earth Talismans. That's 70 Earth Talismans. Wow, that's going to come in useful one day. Right, Rex, what do I need to do with Rex? I need some magic cue, don't I? So here we are using the trident. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got nothing on me. Right, over here, and we're going to attack you. I need to hit you with my whip. Yes, we do, Mr. Supreme. Mr. Supreme. Now everyone's going to go toward 342. I wouldn't imagine everybody will, but I think a few people will, so that's cool. That is fine. Hey, we got here? We got Packhem. How you doing, man? Lovely to see you here. It's great to see. Do you ever die? You can die. My health does go down a little bit, not by much. There is a bit of a nerf on this account at the moment. Insofar as any damage that comes in is there's about 1 in 50 chance of it hitting me. And there we go. We've got the other ones over here, have we? Hello, yeah. I hit you. We got one. Who's this? It's you. Ba, ba, ba. Zap you with our magic. Like a shotgun, isn't it? So, what do you reckon we're going to get anything good? Anyway, yes, what was I saying? Who has been and had a look at the Facebook page today, the Old School Facebook page? There should be a post which should literally have just gone live. In fact, I'll check now to make sure it has. But we thought we'd do something a bit fun for the Game Blast stream that's coming up on Friday. Now, for those of you who don't know, there is Game Blast is a charity that help people with disabilities access computer games. So it's something that we feel quite good about and really quite precious about. So we're getting involved with that. And yes, the post has gone live, and Old School's got a little slot on there as well. I've got a few Old School players coming as well, and we are going to have a bit of fun at 7 o'clock on Friday night. We are going to be recreating the Falador massacre in one of our PvP worlds, which I think will be a huge amount of fun. I think a lot of you missed it first time around. In fact, I didn't. I was working that night, so that was all a bit fun. But a lot of you missed it first time around, so we're going to do it again. I'm going to go around and kill lots of people in Falador, which I think is a great use of my time. And I'm going to enjoy it muchly. I hope you guys come and join in as well. It's all for a good cause, so we're all going to have a good bit of fun. Get plenty of people watching, plenty of people understanding what Game Blast is all about. There should be a video on the RuneScape YouTube channel as well. And yeah, we're going to have a bit of a laugh. So join us on one of the PvP worlds, and I will attempt to kill everybody I can. I'm going to have John with me as well. He's going to be keeping count of the amount of kills, and hopefully we can get over 100, and that'll be quite cool for an hour, I think. Do 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 do. That's right, I'll tank, guys, don't you worry about that. I'll do the tanking. We need an aggro button, don't we really? What have I got? Air rune, oh, that's what I needed. 123 air runes. Oh, I need magic to get you, don't I? Yoink! Gotta love this stuff with the trident, haven't you? Or trident of the seas, sorry. He got down. He got down. Archer's ring, check that out. Lucky so-and-so. There we go. He made bank. Well, not quite. Not quite. It's not bad going. So yeah, come and join us. You never know, there might be some luck going on out there. I'm quite pleased we've got something rare. That's a good start. That's a good start. Hello, who else we got here? We've got Sir Ace 99, Beaver Twins. Nice to see you here, chaps. Just got to wait for some more big guys to turn up. There's a bit of bass on the floor. Bass, bass, bass. Buttery biscuit bass. Bring ancient curses. Oh, hello. Hello, you're big. Scary. Ah, whoever you are, don't die. Don't die, I don't want that on my conscience. Recoil. Oh, Clue Scroll. Clue Scroll's mine. Mithril Warhammer. Use jelly. You're jelly of my Mithril Warhammer. I know you are. I can tell. That's cool. That's cool. What else we got coming on here? No one else has any more drops just yet. Oh, there's half a key from Supreme as well. That's not bad going, is it? Better than a kick in the teeth. And Jonathan has some death runes. Lovely to see you, Jonathan. Free stuff for people. Do 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 do. If you get third age in the queue, I quit. Do the clue. I'll tell you what, we'll do it next week. How's that sound? In fact, I think I probably could just give myself a whole load of... I know that John's done this on for somebody before. Open a whole load of caskets, because I can give myself a whole load of caskets and just open them and see what results we get. But we're going to do Dagonoths tonight. We'll do the clue another day, I think. See how we end up. Hey, Rexy baby. To get down. So I've got to practice to do the clue, because I haven't done a clue in absolutely ages. So I have to practice to do that. What do we get? What do we get? Is that another half key? Nice one. Nice one. Supreme. What does Supreme look like? I can't ever remember. He wants hitting with a... He didn't last very long, did he? Yoink. Yes, here we go. So yes, I'm quite looking forward to Friday when we're going to be doing the Falador Massacre recreation. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. We've got the save game from Duriel, so we knew exactly what he had on him and what he was wearing and stuff, so that's going to be quite fun. What do we get this time? Some nature runes. Some nature runes. Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Give yourself caskets. Yeah, I think we'll do that as a separate stream. I'm going to write it down to do it separately, I think. I think that's a good idea. We will do the caskets. That'd drag a lot of people, wouldn't it? Opening 1,000 caskets in an hour. Do you reckon I could do 1,000 in an hour? That's what? That's 10, 15 a minute? Yeah, I'm sure we could do that. That would be quite cool. Oh, I'm rubbish at clicking. Boop. I think that'll make a pretty good stream. Completely stolen that idea off John, of course, but let's not worry about that. What else we got? We got steel plate body, nice one. Some oyster pearls, just what we always wanted. Not doing too bad. Multi-cannon for a bit of XP as well. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody would like to see Dragon Defenders. Eggbrow wants to see... Eggbrow, sorry, wants to see Dragon Defenders. I think you're certainly not on your own there. And I think we probably will do Dragon Defenders before too long. Depends what you want. Do you want a special sort of... We've got Earth Runes, there we go. Do you want a special sort of graphic for it, or will you be happy with a recoloured Rune Defender? I think ideally we'd like to put up a specific one for you, a proper new graphic for it. But we shall see what we can do. We shall see what we can do. So that's quite cool. Anyway, I've got a question for you guys. I need your help with something. We're been moving along nicely with the... Oh man, my clicking is so rubbish. We've been getting along nicely with the kite shield, steel kite shield. Well done, Timber Joey. Tell us what you wanted. Yeah, so we're getting on nicely with the wilderness updates, and Reach, Ash and John have been doing great work getting that already. And it's time to think about the marketing side of things. So I was sitting there thinking, right, okay, how are we going to promote it? How are we going to use it? What words are we going to use? What images are we going to use? Start getting all the work briefed out to all the different teams, the creative teams to make the stuff, and the email teams to get the emails ready, and the advertising teams to get the advertising out there, and all the other sort of stuff. And I was sitting there trying to think of a tagline for it, because obviously we're going to call it Rejuvenating the Wilderness, but we need a tagline for it, which is where I need your help. And the best one I could come up with was more risk, more reward. And I wondered if you guys have any opinions on that, or have any better ideas, and use that as a tag to advertise it to everybody. So please do let me know in the Twitch chat what you think. I need to get this email off first thing tomorrow, so get your ideas to me now. And oh, someone's bought a little pussycat. Oh. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? Risk it for the biscuit. Oh dear. That's good. Risk it for the biscuit. I'm not going to use that though. Who dares wins? That's... Oh, my dog's a bit overexcited, as you can hear. Bless her cotton socks. My wife went outside, so she thinks she's being left. That would be the indomitable Grace. You see the little dog that lies next to Grace in game? That's who it is. It's modelled after my little sheepdog, who is a miniature sheepdog, miniature collie, but yeah, noisy as anything. Miniature, small, my wife says. She's not miniature, she's small. It's miniature.
You're not miniature.
Tiny. Tiddly little thing. Oh dear. Oh, here we got somebody said, I bot all day, you mad Mob K. Not particularly, I mean it's I don't see why you would play a game without playing it, but you know, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Spend your money to not play a game, go for it. Do you think that it is reasonable to add an update which was poorly described and then require... Oh, the Nightmare Zone thing. And the thing about Nightmare Zone, I suppose, when we sort of boil down to it, is that people had used it in that way for such a long time, and it had been going on for what, 4, 5, 6 months. People using it in that way, and when we spoke to you originally about it, sort of, you know, what was it, 2, 3 weeks before the poll, we said, you know, what do you want us to do? And there was no overall. The community didn't want one thing to happen. We had half the people saying, "Yep, make it, get rid of it all, make it all, you know, a lot less XP generous." Wow, you guys are dying before I can even click on them. Not that I'm very good at clicking anyway. While others were saying, "No, keep it. It's really useful. We don't want it changed. We think it's great." So we were stuck in a position with half of you saying one thing, half of you saying the other thing. So the best way that we can decide to do that is to give you guys the question, and the question is, do you want us to change it? And so that's what we polled to you. Now these are the ways we think that it's a good way to change it. What do you guys think? And you guys haven't voted for it, so you know, that's all. 25 mithril ore. That's a pretty good drop, isn't it? You can't complain that too much. I wonder 1,000 coins probably isn't. And that's what it boiled down to. So you know, we wanted to give you the final, the opinions on it, and you know, the say in it, and that's what's happened. So there we go. Are you in the office on Friday? Yes, I am in the office on Friday, Tao, and I know you're coming as well. So I was looking through the list of people who are coming this afternoon, and just sort of making sure I knew who they were and stuff. So yes, I knew you were coming. There's a fair few. We've got what, 15 players I think coming in all for Games Blast. That's going to be quite excited. And I shall be down there with you guys, so don't you worry. Look at this, there's loads of people in there. That's fantastic. It's what we like to see. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. 5 sharks. Yes, that's what we all wanted. Don't know what that Beaver Twins got that. Well done, Beaver Twins. Doing good. That isn't my cannon apparently, if you believe what the text says. Max Product says, does that mean you will nerf Nightmare Zone? We won't touch Nightmare Zone without the community agreeing on how we want to touch it. How we want to touch it. That sounds so bad, doesn't it? We're not going to alter Nightmare Zone until you guys have agreed how you want it altered and voted that through a poll. It may be that we leave Nightmare Zone and tackle the symptoms of the problems, such as the impact on the rune crafting market. Maybe we will look at that and find a solution that way. Might be a better way around it. But whatever happens, we're not going to make any changes without we've got herb and then irit seed. Irit seed's not terrible. But we're not going to make any changes without you guys agreeing to it, and we're not going to suddenly decide to do something when, you know, we haven't got the go-ahead to do it. So maintain ratio. No, I've tried doing that, because you can click a button on XSplit which, you know, expands the game to the right ratio, but it makes it all look, or fills the screen, but it makes it all look sort of squashed and squidgy and stuff, and it looks horrible. So it's staying like that. OSRS full screen. The only way you're going to see that anytime soon is going to be if you change your battle staff. Yeah, resolution to 600 by 800, I think it is, isn't it? It's the only time you're going to see that anytime soon, I'm afraid. Sorry, guys. Rune Bolts, Mithril Warhammer. Win. Win, 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 win. Well, Matt K, can I be your wife? Who's that? Jabril Jumps. I don't know, can you? Yes, my wife says you can. There you go, you're lucky. Oh dear. We need new hairstyles. Once we've got the new artist sorted out, for those who don't know, we're looking for an artist. Got a couple of interviews next week. We shall take it from there, really. But we're going to keep looking until we get an artist. And once we've got the artist, we can start looking at things such as new hairstyles, new base outfits, new clothing, new all sorts of stuff we can do once we've got a dedicated artist to do it. So, yeah, it's going to be good. Oh, I can't. No, wait, let's examine. Oh, rubbish at clicking. Rubbish at clicking. I am water battle staff. What else we got? Why don't you bring Revenants to 07? That's why there's a few bits coming in the chat here. If you guys had actually read the dev blog, I think we're actually bringing Revenants, aren't we? I think we are. I think it was in the Wilderness dev blog, that one passed. I can't quite remember, but we shall see. In fact, let me check on the other computer. Games, go to... See what we've done, what? Must be 250 poll questions for you guys now. It's been a huge amount of things you guys have voted on over the years. Right, click here to view the results. One thing I want to change is having to log into the website when you click to view the results of a poll, because I think that's a bit rubbish. In fact, I sent a whole request of things off to make polls a little nicer on the website. And one of the things I asked for was having a poll module that you can access in game, so you don't actually have to leave the game to vote, which I think would be a great thing. Whether we can get it or not is another matter entirely, but I'll put a request in for it and we'll see what the clever bots who make these things work say. Right, so we're looking for Revenants. Control F is your friend, Matt? Yes, it is. No, Revenants didn't pass the poll, so we polled Revenants in the Wilderness poll, and it got 68%, so they won't be coming in, I'm afraid. Sorry and all that. So for all those guys who asked for it, no. Mind you, why you wanted Revenants is another question. There's 25 more mithril all there. Why you wanted Revenants is another question entirely. If you wanted Revenants for PvP armour, brawler gloves, that sort of thing, well, it's unlikely you're ever going to see brawler gloves, because when we spoke about that before, there was a big negative kickback from the community. But if you're asked about PvP armour, then that's something I think that, you know, there is legs for, and there is a demand for. It's just how we get it into game. The problem with PvP armour is getting it into game. If the best way to get it in is via PvP, so you kill somebody, there's a chance of getting armour, and of course that naturally leads to people 76k'ing it, for want of a better phrase. Give me a drop. Oh no, Neb got 150 pure essence. Well done, Neb. Well done. So it's a bit tricky how we can do that. There we go. You should add Robbers and Hunters mini game. Yes, that heist one's interesting, isn't it? I think we've got a few other ideas to do before we worry about that, in all honesty. Here we go. Oof. Steel plate body from Dagonothrex. Nice one, chaps. Nice one. Nice one. When will the Worldy update arrive? Well, I don't want to give you any dates in case things slip, but we have recently, because you know the excellent work Ash, John, and Dan have been doing. They've knocked things out an awful lot quicker. We've actually brought the release date forward because we think we're going to get it delivered quicker than we did originally. I mean, you won't know what the dates are because we've never told you the dates. So hopefully it shouldn't be too much longer. As soon as we get everything nailed down and we get all the marketing stuff going, then once that's all in the thing, then we can probably be a bit more open about it and let you know when we expect it to come. But the last thing we want to do is to say it's going to be out on this date, then suddenly we get sort of a week before that date and go, actually we got to delay it, because that's just disappointing for everybody. But like I said, we have brought our internal launch date forward because we think we're going to deliver it quicker than we did originally. So like I said, Ash, Dan and John have done huge amounts of excellent work on delivering that. Elemento115 said hi, honey. Elemento115 said hi. She says hi back. I don't think she knew who you were, but hi nonetheless. When's the new Slayer NPC coming out for 07? And what level of Slayer do you need to kill it? I think we were looking at about 95? 94 maybe. I can't remember. But we haven't quite decided what that will be yet. Because we do still have 2 Slayer bosses and another Slayer monster to come out. And obviously running right now is a player designed content competition. We've had over 300 entries for it. Some absolutely brilliant entries have come in. It's been really quite wonderful to see them all, and I've got a long weekend of reading stuff to do. But it is wonderful to see so many people sending in so many good ideas. And what we sort of expect at times is to get 300-400 one-liners saying put in the GE or put in Dragon Claws or sarcastic comment Nightmare Zone. But we have got almost very few of those, and lots of real proper well thought out ideas, which is a shame we can only choose one of them, but we will certainly keep the rest of them for future use, so nothing's going to go to waste. I was dead already. Well, we've got steel knives, we've got uncut sapphire. They've been a bit lazy since we had the ring on the second one, wasn't it? That sucks. We get better drops. Steel kite shield. Maybe we ought to have a mod power so that the drops are a little bit better. We want revs for PvP armor and weapons only. In that case, you don't necessarily want revs, but we need to think about PvP armor and weapons. And turn your auto typer off, for God's sake. Or I'll mute you if you don't, because I can. Why can't I renew my membership? I have no idea. Why can you not remove your membership? I don't know. I don't know. Can you talk about Karambawans? They need to be nerfed. Are you aware of Karambawans? Why do they need to be nerfed? That's a question by Soren IIT, or III, in fact. Please do tell me why you think they should be nerfed. I've heard it, once or twice mentioned in the past, but there's not been a particularly large amount of noise about it. Yeah, so why do they need to be nerfed? Please tell me that, and I'll try to understand. What else we got going on? Double, triple, etc. thieving options. I'm not entirely sure what you mean there. What's your personal opinion on RuneScape 07 and if GE should come into the game? My personal opinion is not actually all that relevant, because it's what your opinion is that's important. What I think needs to happen, is we do need a better trading system, because standing, spamming and trading doesn't seem a great use of time for anybody. but it's what that trading solution will be. And that's what it boils down to. I don't think the GE as it is will work. I think the GE, if we were to deliver it, we would probably not want the prices in there, and it allows people to trade much easier and not be restricted by the pricing differences, because obviously we haven't got a trade limit, so there's no reason to have them in there. We also want to put a tax in it to drive some money out, so that we can... wow, he like died really quickly. We'd have a charge in there, so every time you used it, you could take some money out of the game, which would be quite useful. What else would we do? I get distracted there. Yeah, what else? So we'd have a charge when you used it. In fact, if I was to sort of design my own system, I would like to have somewhere where you could go to trade items. If you want to trade it through the individual, the central unit, you would do it with a charge on it. For example, 10%. You're buying something for $1 million, it will charge you 100,000 to, on top of that, to buy that item or to trade it through the system. It will always be done by the buyer, not by the seller. So there's always stuff to buy. So the buyer would be charged an extra 10% of the cost of the item they're buying it for, and that would disappear out the game, and that's all very nice. However, if they wanted to organise a trade individually with the person, then they could do it that way. So they could just click on there, I want to trade with you individually, and then it would direct you to each other, and then you could trade and not have that charge. So there is a reason for people to charge face to face and keep that sort of thing going on now. I also like the idea of a player-owned shop where you can set up your own stall. Tie it into construction, so for example you can go and go to someone's shop, you can walk into it, it'll have an NPC in there who's selling stuff for you, it will be designed the way you want it designed, and you can have your own sort of pretty shop front and things in the window to attract people in, and we'd have kind of like the trading worlds. You go to a world with this shop on, you'd have a central place where you could go and buy the item through there, or go straight to the shop to buy it. And crack on like that. I think that would be a wonderful way of doing it, but it is a very labour-intensive thing to make, so that might not happen. There's all sorts of things you can do, but in the end, what I want is not that important. It's what you want that's much more important than that. So after all, it is your game. Are you considering anything to buff RC? You tell us what you want. I mean, we will pretty much do what you guys want, and if you've got some ideas on what you would like to see, then please do let us know. Uncut ruby. Anything else? Some herbs. Oh, Farseer helm. Oh, dog's running downstairs barking. He's been spooked by the cat, or there's a noise outside that it didn't like the sound of, so now it's got its head stuck out between the curtains, looking for whatever made the noise it didn't like. Mr. Warhammer again. That's cool. Clan Wars poll date. I haven't got one for you, I'm afraid. We've got the next poll after this one will be the Play Design Content poll. So that'll be what poll 17 is. After that we will have a look at what's next. I think around then we probably want to start talking about the trading system, and we shall take it from there. Somebody asked me about backups of the HD era client. Unfortunately, we don't have any backups of the HD era. Otherwise, we would have brought that back. But I'm afraid not. This is what we had. Another uncut sapphire. Neb's getting loads of drops, isn't he? He knows what he's doing. That's what it boils down to. Please do not allow the trident in the wilderness. Well, I think it hasn't passed the poll, has it, the trident in the wilderness, so I think we're quite safe there. Knock knock, who's there? The Godsword thing won't be changed because it didn't pass the poll, so we're not going to do that either. I don't know what I think about the Godswords being changed from crush to slash. Because if you think about big, huge swords, they're not designed to slash people, they're designed to crush people, you know, like the German Zweihander and the Scottish Claymore. They weren't used to slash people and cut them to pieces, they were used to, you know, cave their brains in by clouting them really hard with this massive metal lump. Yeah, I don't think they're really slash weapons as two-handed swords. What about a prayer mini-game? Oh, that would be a great mini-game, isn't it? You've got to stand in prayer for as long as possible. You've got to stand there silently without touching the screen. That would be great. Or click kneel and listen to someone talk. Oh dear, that would be quite entertaining. Could AFK it and everything. Ah, here we go. Right, so the double triple thieving is you get multiple picks with the higher agility off the thieving NPC. That's an idea. Send it into the competition that we've got running at the moment, and yeah, that's an interesting idea. Are the God Wars pets ever coming back? I'm sure we will poll the God Wars pets again at some point. We've just got to figure out the right way of getting them into game, which is the reason why they failed last time. I don't think people really understood them or really liked the way they were being introduced, which, you know, is fair enough. All these people around here. Can you open the Word documents? Yes, I can open the Word documents. If you email anything to me in a Word document, that's absolutely fine. That's no problem at all. Can you add the 2005-2006 optional game frame? Now the problem we have with that is we're going to have to remake it, because obviously we've got new buttons, as you can see in the one down here. There are extra buttons, so we're going to have to remake the interface. I think it's something we probably do want to do, but it's not the hugest priority in the world for you, and we're going to need the artist in place before we can, because they're going to have to remake the frame anyway, so we have to take it from there. But yeah, I think something would be quite fun to do and quite nice to do. We'll just take it from there. Elite clues again. If you guys want elite clues, we can do elite clues. There's no great drama with that. Bring dungeoneering back now. Dungeoneering. What we would like to do with dungeoneering. Okay, in RS3 dungeoneering, you go and get 5 of your mates, don't you? You go down, you use your skills to build your items to go and kill the boss. Okay, now that's a really good concept, but we sort of have an idea where we don't want to limit you to just 5 people doing it. We want to be able to do 50 people doing it, 100 people doing it, as many people as you want in this dungeon to scale to the amount of people who are in that dungeon. And the boss isn't there to be big enough, so if you can go in there with your entire clan of people, you can all then go off and make what you need to take on the boss, and there'll be a massive boss there which will need all 100 of you to actually work together to kill. So I think that would be pretty epic. I think that would be a good way to do it. We obviously won't have it as a skill, because there won't be any XP for a dungeoneering skill. But the whole idea of using that dungeon, and, you know, maybe not just making one boss in it, but having several smaller bosses that need different mechanics. You'd have different things and different groups of people doing different stuff to actually kill it, and getting that going up, and that would be pretty awesome. I mean, would you like to go into a dungeon with 100 people in it, with the rest of your clans, and go and kill some of the biggest bosses you're ever going to see? I think that would be pretty epic. I think that would be pretty epic. Caramel needs to be nerfed because you can eat them without losing a round of combat. They do not count as eating a food or potion, and does not affect you negatively at all. It was nerfed in the main game previously for that reason. No, that's a fair point. We can certainly have a look into that. I don't think it's a huge importance right now because you know, I'm not hearing huge amounts about it, so I can't imagine it is that important. But I'll have to look into that. What was I going to say? Yes, secret project. Andy Candy says, will you guys release Reach's super secret project soon? Yes, we will release it tomorrow. It's exciting, isn't it? Super secret stuff happening tomorrow. Don't nerf the Karamboans. You see, that is what we need. Well, that's why we have the poll, so people can say yay or nay to these things. You guys obviously all have your opinions. I can understand why you would think they would need a nerf. I mean, that certainly makes sense. But I think, you know, what Sun has said, which I think is probably why he's saying it, is you guys are used to it as part of the PKing way of doing stuff, and we don't need to interrupt that unnecessarily. But then if what you're saying is right about how you eat it, then I can understand why it's a bit different to everything else. Would there be a point of having them if they didn't work that way? That's the way to look at it, I suppose. If not, then you know, changing them is going to take them out of the game almost completely. Are you going to think about repolling Pures being able to return to Ape Atoll? Probably not. No, it wasn't particularly sought after. You know, the poll wasn't close, so I don't think we're likely to see that. Which is a bit of a shame for Pures, but that's the way it rolls, unfortunately. When will Judge Slayer task be polled? I have no idea. Like I said, the next poll is going to be PDC, so possibly poll after that. It's hard to tell. We'll have to. Apparently, combo foods all need to be looked at. There's a bigger discussion there. I mean, that's the thing about, you know, somebody comes along and says you should do this. It's like, that's good, but I know there's other opinions out there, which is why we'll have a conversation before we even think about doing that. And you guys can have your say, and then we'll sort of see if we can come to a agreement of what should happen. Then we'll poll it, and it'll either pass or it won't. But I don't think it's a huge priority right now. But we will certainly look at that. I'm standing around. Have we got any decent drops yet? You know, I do these streams and I sit here and I think, well, no one's ever going to come and join me. And everybody turns up, and it still surprises me every single time. It shouldn't by now, really, should it? But, you know, there we go. Game, that's what we like. What we got? We've got some iron ore, we've got some tooth half keys, we've got sharp, we've got bass, we've got iron knives. That's a bit rubbish. And I've been poisoned. I'm slowly dying. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Could you bring back Clan Wars? I think we're planning to poll that in the next one before June, so some point before that. Bring back Wild Gothic Sleeps or the Dragonkin storyline. I think that'd be a bit of a stretch for what we can do. We've got 307 coins. Oh, Mr. Rex, that is very, very tight of you, isn't it? It's a bit rubbish, really. Ah, dear. 99.9% of the community wants dungeoneering, according to this chap here. I'm going to take your statistics with a pinch of salt, but if you say so. Stop ignoring the need for free to play. Well, I think we've you know, quite publicly said we're not ignoring it. I think we quite publicly said why we're not ignoring it, and I think probably, you know, everybody in the chat could probably tell you why, what our stance is on free to play. I'm sure they will very shortly. Any plans on bank tabs? Well, actually, Ash has been doing some work on them again. As soon as we can get them to work, we will poll bank tabs because we know you guys want it. But it's not a straightforward, simple, easy thing to do, unfortunately. When will the countdown to World Hop be removed? I don't know off the top of my head. We've got some updates due to go in tomorrow. don't actually know what they are yet, but we'll have a few bits and bobs going in tomorrow, along with the super special surprise thing that's happening, and we'll take it from there. Could you do bonfires to help fire making more efficient? I would rather, with fire making, rather than making bonfires, give fire making a use, so you guys want to train it, rather than training it just to get to 99. I mean, things like fire weapons or what have you, that sort of thing will make a difference to it. But there's a great opportunity for the play design content competition for you guys to come and have a go at. Anything else? Red Dragonhide Vams. Always the worst thing to get whenever you're at Dust Devils, because you always think, oh, I've got a Dragon Chain. No, it's another pair of Vams. Damn. Elk. When is the poll coming about the GE? We don't have a date for it. What's going to happen, I think the best process for deciding what we're going to do with the trade system is we need to talk to you guys first. We need to have sort of a very open conversation about what you want to get out of the trade system. We will take all your feedback on board, what it is you're trying to achieve, and then probably come back to you with, this is what you've asked for, this is what I think we'll deliver it, what do you guys think, and then we'll take more feedback, very much like we did with the wilderness. We went out there and said, what's the problem, how do you think we can solve it, and then we came to you with, this is what we think is going to solve it. We took a whole load of feedback from you, changed it all, then took another whole load of feedback from you, changed it all again, and then we ended up with what we've got, which passed really well. So I think that sort of process is going to be the same, going to be the best way to do the trading things as well. But I can't imagine we will end up with the GE, because I don't think it will work for our game. I think we need something a bit different. Adding RuneSpan, I don't think you're ever going to see RuneSpan. I don't think community want RuneSpan really. Got to kill stuff. What we got? Rune bolts, uncut sapphires, all that stuff. Trimmed quest cape again. Yeah, if we can get a way to get it into game again. The trimmed quest cape failed, I think, because the way it was being introduced rather than what it was. So I think we just need to sort of look at that a bit. I think we get there. Some sharks. Sharks. What else we got? Do you think it would be wise to poll the rest option? No, I don't. I think that would upset a lot of the high agility level people, because there is you put rest in there, it sort of removes what agility is all about, really, which is a bit of a shame. Trimmed bows, that's an interesting idea. What we got? Still alive, still not been killed yet. That's a bonus. What's happening in the clan? Anything exciting there? We're in the mini games Tagonoth Kings clan chat. So that's what we're doing. What else? Oh yes, Zybez. I'm sure a lot of you use the Zybez price guide trading thingy. They are going to moving towards a validated account only system, which I think is kicking off beginning of March. They've got a post up about it on their website, so do have a look. So yes, be aware that you'll need to have a validated account to make sure it works, which I think is a must, really, because I think there's a lot of people saying the wrong things and selling the wrong things for the wrong without really having them, and price manipulating, all that sort of stuff going on. So it'd be a good move to get all that sorted out, which I think validation certainly will deal with. ability to teleport to your house in building mode. Now, I'm sure there is a good reason why you can't. I don't know what it would be. But that's a great question for tomorrow's stream. 5 o'clock tomorrow. There is a stream. It is the Q&A, which we have every Thursday. There'll be Ash, John, Reach and myself there. And we will all have lots of fun, and you'll hopefully be all playing the new surprise stuff that's going on. Having lots of fun and plenty of giggles. Should be good. Can you add a bob with 6 item spaces as a reward for a quest or mini game? I'm not quite sure what you mean by a bob. More achievement diaries? Yes, Ruby, we want to do more achievement diaries. I think that'd be very good. I think that what we would probably need to do, again, I think the best way to do it would be to, once we've decided, yeah, my broodoo rocks with my frog mask. You're not wrong there, man. I am like, oh, have I got my middle mouse click button turned off? I might have done. Or is it in game yet? I can't remember. I thought it worked on, I don't know. I thought it worked on JMOS, but obviously it doesn't anymore. Yeah, anyway, so what are we talking about? I completely lost track. No. Super secret surprise. I'm not telling you what it's about. You're going to have to wait. You are going to have to wait. Somebody asked a really good question that I wanted to answer, and I got distracted, and I can't remember what it was. That sucks. I'm rubbish at this, aren't I? Yeah, absolutely rubbish. I'll start singing to you instead. Oh, Bob, Beast of Burden. I was thinking about cat. I was like, what do you want to bring in a cat for? Beast of Burden, I think, is quite a big deal. Well, mind you saying that, you're sort of getting one, really, aren't you, in the wilderness pouches, but that's for a very specific purpose. I mean, we can do Beast of Burden. We could stick a yak in if you really wanted us to, but I'm not quite sure what the community would feel about Beast of Burden, so it would be interesting to see. Reveal the cook's girlfriend. Oh man, that's up to you to decide. You've got to. You won't tell me. Can you please add a decanter? Why do you like your wine not in a bottle? Item sinks, XP capes, 200ml XP capes. Wow, I don't think we need to worry about them just yet. There must be ages of anybody getting 200ml in anything at the moment. Please no Bob, here we go. See, I'm not surprised there's not everybody there. I won't leave RS free to play, OSRS if they implement free to play to it. Yeah, free to play is it is. I mean, forget about, you know, the fact that we can't do it at the moment. We've got bots under control, and if we do get to the stage where bots are under control, and you know we've taken care of the scamming and the hijacking, all the other stuff, we get to that stage, we then have a whole other set of questions to sort of look at as well, which we need to talk to you guys about. It's like, you know, do you want free to play? How much free to play do you want? Does it need to be restricted? Should we just open up the entire game for free? Probably shouldn't do that, otherwise you'd all become free players, and yeah, that wouldn't work, would it? I'll shut up now then. You know, we've then got to worry about, you know, whether the paying members want to have a free to play community. Do they want that aspect of the game injected? Do they want the lower level items and the free to play items to lose value? Because there'll be more people obviously grinding on them. So there's a whole host of different questions to answer then. Is it actually going to be good for the game? If we suddenly make free to play and 90% of our players go free to play, then suddenly we're going to lose the reason to keep the game running. So there's a whole load of different things to think about. So, but I think the sort of the ultimate aim right now is to get the bots under control. Is to then get the spamming, the scamming, the hijacking all under control. and hopefully we can, once we're in a strong position from there, then we can look at it a lot more objectively and see what's going on. But that's all a conversation to have in the future anyway. We don't need to worry about that just yet. No. Yeah, Iceform Resource Worlds. Again, that's stuff that can be done. I think there was a conversation about a similar thing not too long ago. But again, it's not huge high priority really when it boils down to it. You've got to remember that there are 4 of us, and we're delivering a game for 150,000 people. So there's an awful lot of work to do all the time to get the things done that you want to do, and there's 150,000 people wanting us all to do slightly different things. So we've got to be very sort of focused on what we can deliver, because we can't deliver what you all want. That'd be great, but we can't deliver everything that you want. So I risk biscuit. So we can't do everything, so we've got to be really focused on what we do. So we've got to prioritise everything that comes in. So if you guys say you want high risk or high yield resource worlds, we sit there and we think, is that really important to these guys? We don't see a huge amount of people asking for it. We get many more people asking for solving the trade problem, sorting out clan wars, getting that in game, getting the wilderness working, sorting out PvP. These are all stuff which is much higher than making things such as high yield worlds. Here, JJ Herr has said, lower the price of Old School to $5. I hate to say it, mate, but in the real world, the prices don't really go down. So it's very unlikely you're ever in a month of Sunday going to get Old School for cheaper than it is at the moment. Because that's just the way businesses work. So yeah, don't hold your breath really at all. And you can come up with any validation for the fact that it should be cheaper, but at the end of the day, the people who make the decisions aren't going to agree. So there we go. Bonds. Now that's an interesting one. It's one by Bryce there. He's mentioned bonds. Now we hear more and more about this all the time, about people wanting bonds in game. And the thing that I sort of ask is, why do you want bonds? Do you want bonds to make membership? Because what I can see happening with your membership is that a lot of people use bonds in RS3 to get membership. However, if you spent all your money you saved up in RS3 and you're spending all your time playing Old School, what do you do with that cash? You don't have any cash left on RS3 to buy the bonds. So would that be the ideal use for bonds? I look at that and think, are we missing a trick here? Because you guys want to buy membership with your in-game gold. So should there be a proper way of doing that? Now I know you can swap gold from Old School to RS3 using the clan chats, but that seems a very dirty, ugly system. So I'm wondering whether maybe we should have the ability, or we give you the ability to safely transfer your gold, so you can go and buy bonds and get yourself membership without having to rely on these clan chats. But again, that's anything like that would obviously have to be polled. But it is something that we hear more and more, and it's not always a bad idea. But it's up to you at the end of the day. Right, I think it's 10 o'clock, and have we had any decent drops recently? More oyster pearls. Give us a shout if anybody got a decent drop. That'd be quite cool. Are we thinking about getting more player mods? We're not actively looking out for player mods. However, I know that it's Infinity, is it, who looks after the mods? I think he's sort of recruiting some, but you know, as the four of us, we're not overly fussed one way or the other whether we have more or not. Yeah. Oh, Robin RS07 got Archer's Ring. Can't complain too much about that. It's not bad for an hour at DK's. Can't complain. Right, to make Raja mods now, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? I think that would be a very interesting experience. Anyway, it's 10 o'clock, so I think a few of you seem to have got a few nice drops. We've had a couple of rings there. I'm being pwned by people over here. Go away. Go away. You leave me alone. Now you can't get me. So I'm going to call it a night. What things to watch out for is we've got a stream tomorrow at 5 o'clock. There is the Q&A which normally goes on, so come and join us for that. On Friday at 7 o'clock we have the remaking of the Falador Massacre, so come and join us. We'll be in a PvP world. We're going to have an awful lot of fun. And yes, that's all very exciting, isn't it? Update tomorrow, so come in and you get to play some secret stuff. Our birthday is on Saturday, so Old School will be 1 year old on Saturday, which is fantastic. And I hope you all have an awful lot of fun, and I will see you guys next week. Tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. That sounds better. See you later. Bye bye. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves and be cool.